Trip Zero here. It's review time. This is the Blue Eddy AC180. This is going to be an advanced usage because I think I'm using it in ways that maybe it wasn't designed for, maybe the manufacturer never thought of, but maybe you want to use it in this way. I don't know. We'll see. So let me describe the use case. I want to power this guy, which is a workstation desktop, 24/7 off of this thing. Not exactly 24/7, but I have a time of use plan with my power company, so I want to use it on peak, during on-peak hours, and during mid-peak hours, which are the most expensive, and then recharge the battery off-peak, which is the cheapest, or via solar. So as you can see right now, I've actually got it charging via solar. It's the morning time. It's only 26 watts. It's connected to about a 400 watt system, which this could do easily. So that's the use case. Can I run this most of the time off the battery and then recharge the battery during off-peak hours? The answer is no. Sadly, no. And the reason is the UPS function on this. It has a UPS function, which is supposed to be around 20 milliseconds. If the AC or grid goes out, it's supposed to be able to switch quickly from pass-through grid mode to the battery. It doesn't do it quite well enough. It could be because of how I'm using it. I've got it plugged into a relay switch, a smart switch. That's triggered by a relay, and relays kind of mess with the signal a little bit, kind of bouncy because they're a mechanical device. That could be screwing up with it. I'm not sure, but from time to time, the UPS function will fail and the PC will restart. Now the PC's set up so it just powers back on whenever there's power, but the reboot kills, if I'm right in the middle of working and the switch, the smart switch turns on or off, I could be restarting the computer and losing that work. So that's not a good thing. So that's kind of a bummer. I wish it were different. The other thing that's kind of a negative about this is it doesn't seem to do solar pass-through. So if I'm 100% and I've got plenty of solar energy, it doesn't use any of it. It will actually drain the battery down to 99% before it'll start using solar panels. So there's no solar pass-through that I can tell. It doesn't seem to be functioning like that. There is, AC pass-through, but as I said, the UPS function on this is kind of not great in this particular situation. But otherwise, it's a pretty good battery. It's got decent capacity. It's got decent power. We can see the power rating, 1800 watts, which is plenty for a PC. I could be plugging a lot more into this, but I've also got it set up to, if it ever dips below like 15%, the smart switch will turn on and recharge it up to about 30 or 35. But again, the smart switch turning on and off could kill the PC, which is a bummer. So this is kind of advanced usage. Probably not a lot of people are using it with a smart switch. I wish there was a way in the app you could tell it internally whether or not to use the grid or not. Oh, that's another thing. If you've got solar input or grid, it will favor the grid. I wish you could turn that so it favors solar instead of the grid. If there was a function in the app to turn off grid input, and I know there's a switch in there because I can hear it, I wish there was a way to turn that off in the app, because if there's a way to turn it off in the app, there's a way to do it via Bluetooth, via the third-party APIs. And I also wish Blue Eddy would provide an official Bluetooth API or library that we could use to integrate with our automation software. Wish lists. So that's my take on the Blue Eddy AC180. Its build quality is excellent. Got decent enough power. I love the functionality. It's just those little things that are particular to my usage and maybe yours that really kill it for me. All right, that's it. Trip Zero out.